Okay, so this is the Ultra Sport foldable exercise bike, and as you can see, it's pretty compact when it's folded up. And all you need to do to unfold it is release this pin here, safety measures, it's there, and then you just pull it apart and it folds out. Then you just put the pin back in so it doesn't fold up again, like that. And then to exercise, just sit on it, put your feet through the straps. So as soon as you start the pedals, the display will turn on automatically. And you can see that at the moment it's showing me my last previous workout. Now what you want to do is reset this, so if you hold the mode button it'll reset to 0, so everything is at 0 now. So let's just go through the modes. We've got a scan feature which scans through all the modes, so you've got time, speed, distance, calories, odometer, and then you've got your pulse. Now the pulse shows once you've got your hands on these sensors here, and there you go. Let's go. So as you can see at the moment it's reading my pulse and it's going to scan through all the different modes if I put it on scan. So it's got to be on scan, it's got to be highlighted there as you can see, and it's just going to scan through all the modes, giving me a readout for all the settings, which is quite useful for some people. But I normally just stick to one, so I normally put it on distance. So you can see it's just sticking on distance now, and it just tells me how far I'm going. Pretty cool. And also you've got this little stand on top where you can put your phone, which is currently what I'm doing now, so you can watch videos while you're exercising. And while we're here guys, you've also got the different settings here. So at the moment we're on 1, which is quite easy to do as a warm-up, which is low, and then it goes to high as you go up. There's a big jump to 2, it's getting a bit harder. 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a lot more resistance, and 8 finally is quite hard, which is going to make you train hard. Get back down to 4, and there you go, we're going quite fast. So delivery was quick, it came in a big box, very efficiently packed. What more can you ask for? Lots of foam, lots of protection, so there's no chance of any damage happening in post. And the first thing here is the exercise monitor, which is the little display you got all your stats on. And we've got our railings here with our sensors on them. And you've got the connectors on it already attached, ready for the display to go on it. This is one of the stands that the whole unit sits on. We've got the seat here, which is very comfortable. Lots of cushioning and very spongy. And it feels like it's going to last. Next up is the bar which the seat rests on, and you can see the little holes here so you can adjust the height of the seat. And just under the main frame is the second part of the stand. It comes pre-installed with the plastic stoppers. And most importantly of all, we get a little packet of screws and bolts, and we also get a little spanner there and an Allen key to help you build the bike up. So no tools required, everything is provided. And now we've got the main part of the bike, which is kind of semi-pre-built. This contains the larger part of the frame and the pedal mechanism. So I went for the lime green colour. As you can see, it stands out pretty nicely. And from this stage, it's probably going to take you about half an hour to build up the bike. So coming up to the last few items in the box, we've got the pedals here, which you're going to attach with the spanner provided. And of course, most importantly, we've got the manual to set up the bike. Now building up the bike is quite straightforward, just follow the manual, set everything out in front of you so it's quite easy to get to. First thing I did was put the frame in an upright position and then attach the pedals and then attach the straps to those. It was a bit fiddly, but we got there in the end. Next up I attached the feet to the main frame using the tools and bolts provided. And for this you're going to need the 4 larger bolts in the pack. Now this was a little bit tricky. I just put the bolts in first and then positioned it under the frame ready to be screwed in on top with the nuts, which are also provided in the pack. Just make sure you get the washers in on top before you put the bolts on top, and then just tighten with the wrench provided. And then just simply repeat the procedure for the back legs, making sure to tighten with the wrench at the end. And that's it guys, first stage complete. Next up we're going to tackle the seat, so let's grab the seat post and then just attach the seat to the post. The nuts and bolts are already attached to the seat, so just undo them and then just place the stem over the seat and then just redo the nuts up. Just simply insert the seat into the main frame and it just slides in. And of course you can adjust the seat height with this knob on the back. It just screws out and then you just screw it in at the appropriate hole in the bar. Okay, so we're moving along at a pace. Next up is the handlebars. Make sure you get these on the right way. You've got that little bit sticking up for the phone stand on top of the bars. Now there's only 2 screws left in the pack, and these are the ones we're going to use for the handlebars, together with the Allen key, making sure we tighten them up slowly and incrementally. So we're in the final straights now, guys. We just need to put the display on, and the cool thing here is we actually get some batteries for this. Now the key thing to note here is that we put the correct cable into the back of the display. So all we need to do is slide it into the stand on the handlebars. Now there are 2 cables you need to plug in. One is for the sensor and one is for the display. They are clearly labelled, so make sure you get the right ones in the right place. And once they're in, just make sure the display turns on and you should be ready to go.